What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Venomcast. I am John K. This right over here is the man himself, Michael frickin' Dean. How are
Hey
you doing,
everybody.
sir?
Good, buddy. How about yourself?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks
Somebody
for having
that I'm very excited to have on the podcast. I became quick friends with you as well as I know. Some people don't know that, but we know that. We became fast friends, and
me. Yep.
we have a very good relationship. And this past week was a good one for our friendship. But we'll get to that in a moment. First of all,
Good luck
uh,
to John K and John K only.
good
That's
luck to
first of all.
Michael Dean and Michael Crawl, but Michael Crawl's not here. Um, man, you're a force in the league. Always fast, always consistent. When much like somebody else that will be joining us shortly, when you're not getting caught up in other people's stuff. You're one of the OGs. You've been here since season 1. Race 3 was your debut at Rockingham,
Hmm.
correct?
Yeah, I thought it was later than that.
Yeah, early in the season. This season currently sitting 6th in points in the number 73 Toyota, 5 career top 5s, 10 career top 10s, and right now, sir, I don't know if you know it or not, but you're on an absolute burner with 4 top 10s in your last 6 races, with 3 of those being top 5s, 39 laps led at Darlington. Uh,
Mm.
what do you think about your season so far? We're going to get into the Darlington race momentarily, but up until this point, your season as a whole, I know season 2 was really up and down. A lot of poor finishes, getting caught up in other people's messes, and that seemed to carry over early into season 3. But you obviously, with the results lately, you've seemed to straighten it out.
Yeah, season two started out just a mess. I think it was the first 4 or 5 races I ended up getting wrecked through no fault of my own or completely my own, But it ended up turning around a little bit. Insert coin as a whole, started turning around a little bit towards the end of season two. And then going into season three, it started off rough again, but I think it started off rough for everybody. Um, and then just here the last 3 or 4 races, man, the whole team's just turned it on.
Yeah,
Um,
sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I was you guys, insert coin, have been on fire, and there was a lot of expectation coming into this season. Obviously, Michael Crawl showed a lot of speed. You show a lot of speed. Jan, I think, had 4 top 5s in a row, or 3 top 5s in
Yeah.
4 races last season. Uh, and Cole Maxwell, always solid. He's gonna get you
Hmm.
again when he's not getting caught up in other people's messes. He'll get you good finishes, and he's consistent. But you guys, there was a lot of expectations coming into the season, and then, as you said, the season started, and it was kind of the same old, getting caught up in everybody's incidents.
Yeah, yeah, it's just been up and down. Um, it's been a ride, man. It's been a lot of fun. Uh, a lot of a lot of good friendships made and built. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, man.
That
We're
is
just out here racing, doing our thing, best we can do it.
that is a team that when you talk to a lot of people in Venom, they're like, "Hey, if I could race," there's your roommate.
Yeah. Hey guys, how y'all doing?
If they, there's a lot of people that if you ask them if you could race for another team, who would it be? And I know this was a big question when I was a free agent.
Mm,
Um, it got answered very, very quickly. A lot of people want to race for insert coin, and that's because you guys are such a great group of, not just a great group of drivers, which all of you are. You're all outstanding. You're all super clean racers, but you're great people and just great people to hang out with. I know you're all, especially Jan, always putting on fun races, and you guys are always there hanging out and really bringing the fun.
yeah. I know. You know, you were supposed to kind of go to insert coin, and
Well, it was a conversation being had that was very quickly snuffed out when one of the premier free agents got signed last season to a multiple season deal.
Yeah, uh, it's been friendships have been made. Starting with Michael Crawl for me. And when KB Motorsports closed shop, uh, you know,
Yeah,
um, I was like, Crawl, let me come drive for you.
yeah,
And
yep,
he said, okay. I didn't think you even wanted to drive for us, and it was just on from there.
yeah. So how you've kind of had an interesting team pathing so far, having been here since the OG, season one. How did you get here, and kind of give people a small glimpse into your journey through the teams?
Um, well, I was at racing at Darlington in a public lobby, and it was me and Jeff Langston racing for the win at the very end of the race. He ended up beating me, but we raced clean. He's like, "Hey, we're starting a league, come race." And so I came. I ended up starting my own team, Ashland Speed Farms. It's me and my roommate's team that we've driven with for ourselves. So I tried to bring that into the league, and then Kevin Biggs was looking for a teammate. He drove Toyotas, I drove Toyotas. It just seemed like the right fit at the time. Um, and then like I said, once KBM closed up, Insert Coin picked me up, thankfully, and let me continue to build my own trucks. And I still get to drive a Toyota, even though I drive for a Chevrolet team.
Yep, very staunch Toyota loyalist, and yeah, that was when I was, pending, thinking about it during season two. Just wanted to go test the waters, and then there was going to be a broadcast, so I was going to drive for a bunch of other teams, and
Mm.
Insert Coin was at the top of the list. But I'm happy that you were there, because that is like a picture perfect fit. I couldn't imagine you racing anywhere else.
And don't tell anybody, but I have thought about it. It's like, where would I be if I wasn't at Insert Coin? I guess the only place it could still even be would be driving for myself. There's just no other place for me to go.
Right, and
Um,
you've talked about possibly reopening that avenue if it ever came to it, bringing in more Toyota people.
yes, and recently I've been considering doing kind of what you guys in RNS have, and bringing Ashland Speed Farms back and trying to pick up a few other drivers. So
Which
that may be something in the cards for the future.
That's cool, because there's a lot of knowledge there. Like, even though Crawl, I think, is still relatively new to oval racing, um,
He is allegedly, but don't let him fool
I was gonna
you.
say
That
allegedly,
when
he
he is a
talks a lot
he
about the old Papyrus
yes,
games.
yes,
Um,
he is a master of the craft for sure. Him and
he
me on both.
in quick study too. I mean, that he's wicked smart.
Yes,
So
and a good guy all around for
I
sure.
think he's pulling our legs a little bit, and that's why his agent won't let him come on. Agent.
Yeah.
Um, but so we have to. Man, this is a tough one to talk about, but we got to talk about the elephant in the room, Chicagoland season
Mm.
2. Not the elephant you thought we were going to talk about. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Chicagoland season 2 is where our friendship kind of started blossoming, I would say.
Yeah.
Which is really weird because of how it happened. I don't even know what happened. That was just a whole chaotic thing. You ended up sideways, and I ended up in your driver door.
Oh yes, yes.
Um,
You were low and had gotten loose or something,
yeah,
and bounced off the inside wall as they were wrecking in front of us. There was like four wrecks that happened at
there was
once.
so many wrecks. All I remember was like I was like looking out, and I was like, okay, I think I've got it gathered up, and then there was a 73 in front of me, and I was like, man, what the hell?
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, it became part of the intro to the show. At the
Did that?
very end, yes, when you see the car dart to the left to
No,
miss the cars wrecking in front of it,
I
that's us smacking into each other.
no, I think no. In the intro video, that's Texas. I
Oh
don't know
well,
whose bumper is that from? I don't
mine.
even know.
That was
Oh,
when
is it?
we ran. Well, it must have been one of the other times because it started with one. and then it became 3 or 4 that we've driven into each other in some form
Yeah,
or fashion.
we've had a lot of. There's been a lot of run-ins, and it's just get caught up in messes that are racing stuffs.
Yeah.
Many racing stuffs.
Yeah.
Um, but how? Okay, so I gotta know, how did the pre-race stuff start? Because we made a joke about it at the beginning of this, obviously, with the good luck to each other.
Yeah.
How did that all come about? I don't even remember what race it was or anything. I just know you just started doing it, and it's just one of
Me,
those things.
so it actually originated, just continuing on from what we were just talking about. It was really just I want to stop crashing into John K, and that requires John K to quit crashing in front of me. So
Right.
let's wish him good luck, and it's
Yeah.
worked. It's
It
worked for
has.
both of us.
It has. I mean, there's been so many situations where, man, it seemed like every race at the end of last year we started around each other, whether you're in a row in front of me or next to me or very rarely behind me because I suck at qualifying.
Me too.
It was always one of those that you were somewhere around me, and I think it's obviously I talked about it on my stream at the end of the Darlington race. Everybody, and I say it all the time in Discord, I wouldn't be nearly half the driver I am without any of you guys. Um,
Same. I feel the exact same way.
I've picked and choosed a lot of things to learn from people, and man, door to door with you anytime, I know I'm in good hands. I know nothing bad's gonna happen unless somebody spins out in front of us.
Yeah.
Um, but we've had some hectic moments too this season alone. I mean, race one we wasted no time at Milwaukee. You
Yeah.
qualified a row ahead of me, drove all the way to like third or something. You
Yeah.
were on fire that day.
Yeah. I made a mistake. Coming out of four and just spun it around.
Yeah, and all.
That was, the first half of that race was just so clean and so good. Just like we had all hoped to be. The anticipation for that race was just through the roof for everybody. And once that first caution fell, it just rolled downhill from there.
Yeah, I think we spent like the whole second half of the race under caution. It felt like
Yeah.
all I wanted was a long green run. I knew I could do some damage, and I mean, you had speed throughout the whole run. It didn't matter if you had fresh tires or old tires. Michael Dean was going by you.
Yeah, I don't know if we had race winning speed, but I think definitely a top three was in the cards there.
That's what it was looking like. I was just the amount of people that are like, man, Michael Dean's just blowing by me. I'm like, whoo, he's quick. He was so
Yeah.
quick, and then yeah, coming out of four, you might have got pinched a little bit. My bad. My bad.
Well, it honestly started going into the beginning of that lap.
Hmm.
Um, you had come across my nose, and I was like, John K, that
Yeah, yeah,
motherfucker. Keep that one out.
yeah. We gotta have to bleep that one out. Oh well.
um, yeah, but yeah, man. I mean, you passed me clean, and it was a good move. But just with the way the race was going, it just
Yeah,
got in my head a little bit, and I was like, oh, I got to get right back around him, and just kept my foot in a little bit too hard.
yeah, and
Around we went.
it was that point too. I think there was not many laps to go when it happened. I think there was
Mm-mm.
like 10, 8 or 10. Well, you had to go, and I would honestly, if you'd have knocked me out of the way, I wouldn't have been mad because I knew I would have deserved it. Uh,
If I was going to do that anywhere, it would have been Tuesday.
I usually
If I was been behind you, Darlington, it would have happened.
so
But
yeah,
man,
we got to talk about it. Because it kind of feeds into part of your hot streak here. P4 at Auto Club. I think Michael Krall got second in that race.
mm,
P4 at the Motegi Oval, which I know a lot of people struggled with. I definitely did, but you you drove a great race. Late caution. Did that help you any at Motegi? I'm assuming you were up front most of the race. You were pretty quick.
I don't think it hurt, but I don't remember being too particularly happy it came out.
I got you.
Um, but I don't think it hurt me too much. I had not practiced that one as much as I did the road course because I knew that road course was going to be tough.
Yeah, that road course is going to be tough, and it ties for your worst finish over the stretch of the 6 races with 13th. And I mean, that's a really good finish. There's not a single truck in our fields. Nobody's a slouch.
Yeah, it'd be hard to be mad at the season that any of us have had, except for Jan, man. He's so good and just hasn't had a chance to let the beast loose this season.
Right, and that's kind of what happened last year, and then late in the season, I think the last 6 races or so, he just I don't know what happened. He quit getting hit is basically what happened, and he just turned it on. Yeah, P13 at Motegi Oval, or excuse me, P13 at Motegi Road, P13 at Texas, and then Bristol Dirt, the absolute quietest P2 ever. And I think that's because Brandon Byers stole the show a little bit, leading 48 laps
Oh yeah,
when he didn't even think he was gonna race, but then you just quietly clean truck, finish second.
yeah, that was a lesson in safety first. It was ride the top line, don't do anything stupid, stay out of the way, and just keep going.
Yeah,
And you know, I had less problems than everybody else did, well, except
yep,
for one.
yep. I got hit by the don't be stupid bug early, very early. But yeah, that was
Yeah,
crazy.
that
Somebody
broke
goes,
out half my team
yeah,
almost.
almost. Yeah, sorry again.
It's all right. It's all right.
Um, but yeah, that was such a good run and so unexpected. I definitely, I know you're a good driver, and I'm probably, I sound kind of mean saying this, and I'm sorry. Uh, but man, P2 that blew when somebody goes, yeah, Michael Dean finished second. I was like,
I was
what?
just as shocked as everybody else was.
Man, that's such an awesome result, and at a really really tough track. That dirt's no joke.
I'll tell you, Eldora last season was not very fun for me. But this one I was having a blast, man. I was just sliding that truck all the way around, just having, I mean, a ton of fun.
Do you think the difference between Eldora and Bristol is because Eldora was so top dominant, and I mean
Mm,
Bristol was too. I think that's where everybody went except for Vyers, and I mean I couldn't get my truck to stick on the bottom line no matter what I did if the track was tacky or slick. But what do you think the
yeah.
difference was from Bristol to or Eldora last season to Bristol Dirt this season?
I mean, it's just there was, even though there was kind of only one lane, there was still, it was a lane and a half at least. Whereas
Hmm.
Eldora, it was you were against the wall or you were in the back or
Right,
wrecked.
right. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. I'm a dirt person.
Mm,
I guess it just stems from being a kid and playing in mud puddles. I'm really not sure, but something about the dirt has always been appealing. And shout out to King Send It, Brandon Vyers. Should have won that
yeah.
race, man. Come on.
He threw it in that corner trying to get around Nathan. Oh my
that
goodness.
was that was man, that was probably the move of the year if it sticks.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
outside of one that's coming up, we got to talk about it. Your home race, Darlington Raceway, the Young
Mm,
Reindeer's Birthday Extravaganza, sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings, aka the Throwback Race, aka the longest freaking race title in Venom history.
yeah.
Um, I gotta know first, or the people gotta know. I know. What paint scheme did you run, and why is it so special to you?
It was Michael Crawl's last Dragon truck from season one. Um, and once y'all get some money, y'all should have him on the show because it'd be a great story. Um, Michael Crawl loves that movie, and he had talked to me about it, 3 or 4 times. Hey, you need to watch this movie. And one day I got
Yeah.
home and he said it, and I was like, I'm sitting down and I'm watching it right now.
Uh huh.
And it was worth it.
Was it?
That's a great movie.
Uh,
Um, and like I said before, Carl has just become a really, really great friend of mine. I was originally going to run Chad Streeter's Liquid Death truck, but when um, the new trucks updated, we had to change it, and there was no other truck to drive but the Last Dragon truck. So thankfully he was nice enough to throw it on a Toyota for
and it turned out fantastic. That truck looks so awesome.
me. Hmm.
And that's a truck that is in the intro video too, and
Yes.
not the light it should be.
Hey man,
Unfortunately,
what it look like?
yeah, it might end up in intro video again in a manner of what it should in the manner of it should not be. Um, man, Michael Dean, 39 laps led, comes home P6 at his home race.
Yeah.
You were fast. You were stupid fast. I remember Ryan holding you up after green flag pit stops, and you went by him, and you disappeared on my relative. And I go, Ryan, where'd Michael go? And he goes, he checked the hell out.
I did. I did, man. I was long gone the whole race. Um, it was, I've been waiting to go back to Darlington since season one. Um, I love that track. It's the only NASCAR track I've ever actually been to in real life. Um, I've lived here for 8 years or so now, and it's an awesome place. It's an awesome place to drive. I know a lot of people hate it, but once you learn how to get around that place, man, just nothing compares.
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna echo your sentiments. I have not been there. I need to. It's on the bucket list. A lot like Bristol is. It is one of my favorite tracks in real life. I
Hmm.
love watching the racing there. It's just so, it's so unique, and there's so much history. Uh, Brantley Gainey, who we're also gonna have on momentarily, he spent all week putting in Bristol facts, and I knew a lot of them from watching videos and looking stuff up, and it was cool to see that knowledge spread because not many people, like you
Yeah.
said, it's a tough track. No, not many people like it, but um, I definitely after the first practice, I was like, "Yo, boy, this is not gonna be fun." And then I started watching Michael Dean turn laps, and I started following Michael Dean, and I have to credit you a lot with the success that the two truck had on Tuesday night.
Yeah, like I told you, man, if it wasn't going to be me, I'm glad it was you.
Yep,
Um,
I
I was, I was, I wish I could have been happier for you.
um yeah, so I guess let's dive into it. What really sets this all up? Well, actually, you run me through your race because obviously I didn't see you for much of it. You and Carson and Andy, I think, was the third person in that group. After the green flag dropped, you guys just
Hang on, John K.
took
Hang on, John
off.
K. Sorry.
We got to pause. We're not getting paid enough. We're not paying enough.
Yeah, sorry about
Back to regularly scheduled programming
that. Welcome back.
after a small break. So you, Andy, Carson, green flag dropped. You guys check out. Um, that happens for until green flag pit stops, I would guess. Well, Andy drops
A
off.
little
Andy
later.
Andy got contact, and he ended up dropping off.
Yes. There was. So it started out. I think I was started third or fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I started fourth. Chad Stearns was on my inside. And I ended up, getting in front of him going into one, and it was Carson, Andy, and me, just riding for 15, 20 laps. Carson got into the wall and slowed them both up a little bit. I had slowed down a little bit, just trying to save tires, because I knew I was going to pit lap 40, and try and go 40, 40, 30 on the tires. Um, so they got into the wall a little bit. I threaded the needle to get by both of them, took the lead, and just set sail, man. Kept on driving, went through the green flag pit stops, came back out, and drove back up to second, I think, before the caution came out.
Yeah, you had rolled out because like
No, I was back in
I
first.
was gonna
I
say
come back
you
around in
you
first. Yep.
you'd taken the lead. Um, yeah, because I remember I was obviously me and Ryan in a boys call RNS Super Kick. We're sitting second and third, and then actually third and fifth, and then Chad Stearns pits, and then I think not long after that, Ryan lets you go, and
Yeah.
he goes, go on, get him, Michael Dean, and that's when I started cheering. Because I thought at that point for sure we were going green. We hadn't had a caution yet.
Yeah.
And I started cheering, dude. I was cheerleading from fourth. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's go, Michael Dean, first time winner. That'd be awesome.
I
Um,
was doing everything I could to keep my heart rate down.
yeah, I imagine. You and Carson dominated the race. I think he led 48 laps, I believe. You led
Yeah.
39. You guys were just on it. I mean, Carson sat on pole by I think a tenth or something. He's nuts on one lap
His
speed.
qualifying lap was that was the fastest lap I'd seen all week
Yeah.
from
That kid
anybody.
That
So
kid's got
fast, ridiculously
so much one lap speed.
fast. Yeah.
I would like some of it, not much, just some of it. He's
He's
incredible.
he's he's super fast, man. He's just he's young, and I
Yep,
mean I feel like people have already said that on this show,
yep.
um, but he he's when he
He,
gets there, he's
yeah.
gonna be impossible to beat.
Oh yeah. He's yep. He'll be in the Coke series in no time.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure of that.
it could
Uh,
happen.
he But yeah, he trying to play catch up. Not long after you take the lead, he gets into Jeremy McKinnon, who was supposed to be on the show this week, but kind of a rough race, so we'll save him for next week. Much love, Jeremy, if you end up watching. My Canadian brother, even though I'm not actually Canadian. But him and Carson tangle, and this is after you assumed the lead from Carson.
Yeah,
I guess Carson had some damage, so he was slower on the straights and tried to compensate. I feel like at that point may have tried to force the issue just a touch too much, but I also can see in his mind thinking, okay, if I don't stay right on his back bumper now, I'm screwed because he's just gonna drive away and makes a mistake. First time racing at Darlington, we're all gonna make mistakes. I know I made a couple,
yeah,
um, but he ends up spitting Jeremy out, and a caution comes out. And watching the replay back, it's kind of like, it's kind of a weird caution to be thrown.
yeah, a little bit.
Uh, I'm not gonna complain, but um,
I
uh,
I wouldn't have either at the
right,
time.
yep. Uh, so we all pit for fresh tires because it's Darlington. 65 laps complete when we come to the green flag. We're all going the rest of the race at that point. A 35 lap run is about what you can run, and I got a good restart and just kind of followed you and Carson for 20 or so laps.
Yeah, I was I was trying to be patient because Carson was blinking pretty bad during the race.
Yeah.
And we ended up tangling. I tried to get a run on him going, somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and ended up not being able to make it through, and I ended up dropping back a few spots.
Yeah.
And then I think something happened to him,
Uh, I don't really
or
know.
was it? Did I catch back up and
I
then I
think,
caused it? I think I put him in the wall going into one at one point.
yeah,
Um, because I
so,
was at that point I was trying to get by, man.
right.
I just couldn't get around him for anything.
His truck
Um,
was damaged, but not bad enough that he was way off the pace. He was just slow enough that if you were behind him,
yeah,
he
you're
was
coming up on
hard to pass. He was hard to pass. And yeah, I mean, you coming out of 1 and 2, you try to take the run coming out of 1 and 2, and you go to his inside or got loose coming off of 2 and just didn't quite get there by the time we got into 3. And by that point I was already I was on Carson's back bumper pushing him into 3.
Yeah,
Not actually pushing him, but to the point where it was that point in the race where I wasn't gonna give up. If I got put in the wall by you, I wouldn't have been mad. I'd be like, oh yeah, you know there's coming to 20 to go. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have forced the issue there, but
yeah.
yep. And that's when
He
you
came
slid
up off the
behind
wall
me.
for you. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Um, and then I only followed him for a couple more laps, and then the really crazy moment happens. We catch Kyle Dumig in the middle of turn 3 and 4. Carson slams the wall. I go onto the apron, and I was gonna try and slide Kyle because at that point, I was feeling pretty good. The truck felt really good. I followed you and him for 20 laps. Tires felt fresh.
Yep.
I was going to try and slide Kyle Dumig, and I decided not to, and I'm glad I backed out when I did, because Carson goes up and slams the wall, Kyle goes up and slams the wall, and I slide all the way up to the wall and then drive it down off of turns 3 and 4, and probably, I think, one of the most epic moments that I've been involved with. We go across the start-finish line, me, Carson, and Kyle in 3 wide, and you and Ryan Dye are lined up Ryan's behind Carson and you're behind me. What is going through your head at that point? We're getting ready to go into turn 4, and there's into turn 1,
Yep.
and there's 5 trucks, and there's barely enough room for one truck on a track at Darlington.
Yeah, Kyle was slowing down as the two pairs were trying to go, around both sides of him. And at one point it looked like we were about to be trying to take it 3 wide, or 4 wide almost, and I ended up checking up just a hair, and just to make sure we all got through there safely.
Yeah,
And I think we ended up, we made it with no problem. But it was a great picture.
yeah. It made for a heck of a snapshot, and it makes for an awesome replay too.
Oh yeah.
Watching those 5 trucks go through there. And then not long after that, we take lap 90, and then Carson gets a little loose off of 2, and or maybe he doesn't get loose. The way he said it to me made it sound like he just kind of left the outside open. When we were watching the race back, he goes, "I really don't know why I did that. I don't know why he did it either, but
Yeah,
I'm glad he
when I
did."
saw it happen in the race, I thought you put the bumper to him just a little bit, and it scooted him down.
Yeah, no, I'm not that. I would have. He would have. If I'd have done anything like that, he'd have gone to the inside wall because I'm not. I'm not good enough to do something like that.
Oh,
Gently,
come on now.
anyways. Uh, but yeah, snuck by him on the outside of 3 and 4, and then you find yourself in a situation kind of similar to what Carson found himself in after the green flag stops. And I'm guessing. I mean, you're gonna have to explain it, but it kind of seems like you were in a similar mindset where you just wanted to stay in touch, and you showed your nose, showed you wanted to go to the inside, and Carson tried to enter on the high side, and you guys ended up having a coming together.
Yeah, it was, I mean, a racing incident,
Mm-hmm.
honestly.
Yeah,
You know, he had checked up, and I was doing everything I could just to get back to you because I wanted that race so bad.
right.
Um,
And
and
I was feeling the pressure with having you behind me because I knew not only are you just fast, like I was like, man,
was
if I don't run and hide right now, he's gonna be chasing me down for the next 20 laps. Um, but yeah, it's a tough, hairy kind of thing to talk about. I know, obviously, home race, faster truck. Carson, said he had knocked the wall down a couple times and hurt the truck pretty bad, which you could see down the straight.
yeah,
But it led to a tough conversation that we're gonna have because we're family. All of us are family,
yeah.
and but that's a moment where you can't back out either, going for the win.
Especially after being stuck behind him for laps and laps and laps and
Yeah,
laps, and just not being able to get around. If
right,
that was my chance, and I had to take
right. Um, and unfortunately, I mean, and then frustration almost boils over. You almost just
it.
end up leaving the race, and I mean, mad props to you. If something like that had well, something kind of similar, but not exactly similar, had happened to me at Michigan. Paul Ellison passed me with like 5 to go. Broke my heart at home. But yeah, if something like that had happened where kind of, you showed that you wanted to make a move and that you were like, hey, my truck's pointed here, I'm going here, at a track where you can't go too wide in the corners, I would have quit. I would have straight up left. I don't think the truck would have stopped rolling before I had shut my PC off.
It was close. I came so close to just parking it and going to the garage, but um, luckily I thought better of it. Because Insert Coin's third in points right now, I think,
Yep.
in the team standings. So, Jan said that was the goal at the beginning of the season, and I was, mad at myself for even hitting the brakes as long as I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I probably could have still got a top three had I not hit the brakes there. You
Yep.
know,
Yeah,
but
I would say so. I think even on old tires, if you don't pull off after that incident happens, I think Ryan got past you, but I think you possibly could have got back around Ryan, uh,
yeah, I
or,
mean
or
at
got to
the
him at least.
I think I ended up being four and a half seconds behind Carson at the end
Mhm.
of that, and we
Yeah,
ended up side
tracked
by
him back
side at the
down.
line. Yeah, so we had a fast truck, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
fast truck and a lot of skill because there's you, Jeremy, and Andy. I watched you guys all week at practice, and I tried to pick up every trick and tip I could. I was listening to everything everybody said, tried everything. Um,
yeah, and we're going into race day, and I'm finding out Carson shifting in 3 and 4, and I'm like,
mhm.
uh-oh.
Yep, that's
Because
yeah,
I'm definitely not doing that.
yeah. I didn't do it until late in the race when I started knocking the wall down because I was just too amped up. I had to try and slow myself down a little bit. Um, but yeah, Michael Dean ends up P6 and a very very
I'm so
frustrating P6. I
That's all right.
was
I'll win the next time we go there.
I
Or
I'm money down on the table, put it on 73. But yeah, man, I was in awe watching you run laps. I was like, man, I want to be like Michael Dean. Like I was chasing the fast time
I
all
don't
week
think
long.
anybody has ever said that.
Well, I wanted to be like Michael Dean. So I think this is a good time to bring in the other two South Carolinians. Is it South Carolinians?
No.
South Carolinians?
Yes. There
South
you go.
Carolinians. We're going to be joined by Brantley Gainey, driver of the number 22. His sponsor changes from week to week. Uh,
Sign zone.
Sign Zone, Sign
Yeah.
Zone, the Sign Zone 22 Ford. It was a Chevy last week, but it was a Ford.
And maybe a
And
Toyota next season.
maybe a Toyota next season. Ashland Speed Farm's coming back,
Maybe. We'll
maybe.
see.
And then we also are gonna have the driver of the number 8 slash number 69 because he still hasn't made his mind up yet on which number he
In
wants to
fact, we should let
pick.
him have both.
869. 698. Mr. Cole Maxwell, a fan favorite in Venom. Uh, Loved by everybody, and I'm sure Brantley will be on that level very, very soon. He's new. He's very new.
Yes, but
He's
he's been
very
doing
funny.
pretty good, man. He's way better than his first race.
Yeah, and super fun to race around. So we're gonna bring those guys in. And now we're joined by the driver of the number 8, Mr. Cole Maxwell, and the driver of the number 22 Chevy Ford, whatever it is, week to week, the one and
The
only
Ford.
Brantley Gainey. Welcome in, fellas. Uh,
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
So, Brantley, we'll start with you, the newest member to Venom that is on the podcast here. Joined season 2, and so far, pretty good season. 2 top 10, 17 total laps led. Made your debut at Milwaukee. Kind of walk us through how you even ended up in Venom. I mean, some of obviously the ones in the call, I'm sure know. But fill the folks in at home in on how you ended up in this crazy, wacky world.
Well, my wife said I needed a new addiction. The drug habits were getting a little bit expensive, so we figured we would try this, and yeah, so here we are.
As
Uh,
unfortunately she found out, it's way more expensive.
yeah, and then now she's learned that the cocaine was actually oh, yeah, it was a lot cheaper. Um, so we know we're exploring options, and but no, all joking aside, I had been looking at getting into iRacing for a while, and my local uh, leprechaun, Michael Dean here, has been pushing me for a while and made the plunge, and here I am.
Well, we're very happy to have you. I've gotten to race around you a couple times, and it's been a very pleasant experience. You haven't wrecked me, you haven't killed me. We've made it through every situation except for one, which was my fault. And once again, I am sorry for Bristol Dirt. That was my bad. I forgot about that
Uh,
momentarily.
oh well, I think Crawl got the worst end of that deal. I did manage to get back on the track. 12 minutes in the pits with my carryover pit crew from the Ford. They were having some time on the Chevy. They just couldn't figure out why all the bolts and stuff were backwards, and tried to explain to them that's just how Chevys are.
But a lot of solid runs this season. ranging from 15th to the couple top 10s you've gotten. First top 10, I believe, came at Texas, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah, I remember that one vividly. I had to race Crawl. He was treating 10th place, like it was like he was in the lead, and he was definitely gatekeeping for sure on that one.
Also
But
came away. Oh, sorry.
oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
Also came away with 14 laps led. A little different strategy than everybody else, but it still seemed to work out pretty all right for you coming home in 10th.
Well, the funny thing about that strategy is, I just completely missed the pits, and then I was like, well, I can make it on one stop, and then I realized that, being from South Carolina, our arithmetic doesn't really work out all that great sometimes, and I did not do that math right at all. There was no way I could make it on one stop, so I said, to heck with it. I'm going to lead as many laps as I can.
And that number ended up being 14. I remember that Mr. Cole Maxwell's only mission in season 1 was to lead a lap, and it took you all the way until Dover, or was it Texas? Also,
I don't even remember, but I led that thing. I cleaned that up for you.
You did indeed lead that thing. 6 career laps led. You debuted season 2 at Chicagoland, and nobody's life has been the same since you arrived on the scene.
Good. That was my goal.
Three top 10s on the season, and much like the rest of Insert Coin, they've all come rather recently. That whole team has been on fire. Auto Club, Motegi Oval, and Bristol Dirt, the 8 machine, found the top 10. Run us through, Cole, how you ended up in Venom, and kind of how you feel like your career has gone so far, how you ended up at Insert Coin, and all the good juicy details.
Well, it was a very cold, wintry night, and I don't know what I'm trying to say there. I can't be funny like on the spot. Anyways, I don't remember. What did I do? Brendan Turner found me, our former league, whatever he was called. He found me in a public lobby. It was actually NIS. I had raced Las Vegas every day that week, multiple times. So I was like really good at saving tires there. It was like the last NIS race, and my goal was I always have a goal, just trying to finish in the top 5. I want to get on that. I consider that the podium for me, top 5. I'm not a big winner, but I saved tires really good there, and I got a message from some dude after the race asking me to come join a truck league, and I had been in a league before. I'm not going to plug them, but it was a pretty big league. I was an admin there, and things just went south. Not because of me, because of other people. But so I was really kind of hesitant about joining the league. And that's when I first joined. Like, I know I've got this thing on my face right here, but like I'll take this off and show you my real face later.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, you need to take yours off. It might hurt though. I mean, I'm not sure. This is not the same as yours. Anyways, yeah, I was kind of hesitant about joining, and I didn't really want to put my real stuff out there. So that's why I came in as that John Dirte or Joe Dirte, whatever y'all saw my first pictures. And once I got comfortable, that's when I started like being myself, I guess. I mean, I'll still show you my butthole and stuff. I mean, I don't care. but
Guaranteed by the end of the episode.
But I was just trying to break the ice with that butthole comment with like Brendan. That was like the first thing I ever said over the radio, I think, and it took off from there.
It's stuck ever since.
Right, I can't outlive it. So it's permanent. I ended up joining the league. Like I tried to figure out how in the hell I got this message from Brendan. Like, hey, I think you'd be a really good. You know how he would send you a novel to read, and you got to read through this thing. And like, I'm a very simple person. Text message. It can be short and sweet. This dude sent me a novel, and I was racking my brain. Where did I meet him in a truck race? And I knew I had raced trucks at Vegas that week too. It took me like literally the whole week to find out it was NIS that I had ran with him. But I joined, and I had some cue cards, but since it's showing them in reverse, I'm not going to show them.
It showed the first one the right way.
Well, that's because I wrote that backwards.
No, the one you wrote backwards showed up backwards.
Oh yeah, okay. Well,
let's try it.
We'll try this. So
Yeah,
this guy right here, this
That's
hack,
South Carolina education right there.
he was the first person to welcome me to this league, and he welcomed me with a Shawn Michaels, whatever that little kick he does to the face, and
the super
I,
kick.
I was pulling wire at a house. I was on a rough-end job, and my phone kept blowing up and all these Discord messages, and I was like, God Almighty, like really? I'm just not that type of person. I don't need to sit there at work looking at my phone all day. Anyways, it was the hack right there, Alex Bowman Reynolds. He was super kicking me, and then Michael Crawl was like, because my name is Throb Van Winkle on there. I'm like Rob Van Winkle. He was throwing all these Vanilla Ice references out there. That's how I got on Insert Coin. Like, I don't really. They said you're joining this team. I was like, okay, and then we all just meshed together. It's really unique how it worked out.
Yeah, you guys have one of the most star-studded, charismatic lineups.
We're the guys you want to party with. Like when you win a race, you want to snort cocaine off the car with us, not the other group.
That's a fact.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna take this get up. I'm gonna take this get up off.
Okay.
So I have to put. See, I have to push my button to talk. So I'm gonna do that.
Are
y'all ready for this?
Face
the
reveal.
Big reveal. The big reveal.
Face reveal. Yeah.
Little dance. I can even dance better with this beard on. Look at this.
We sideload some suspenseful music. Yeah.
Yeah. Cole, one of the most. Now you look like a motorcycle man.
That's a fact.
Look like a biker.
Quick change.
Oh my.
Did you see how the screen changed like really white because I'm so pale?
But Cole is one of my favorite people in the league. Michael, along with Michael Dean and Michael Crawl, Jan, obviously my teammates. Brantley, you've quickly made an impression that you are gonna fit right in with all of us.
I'm whitewashed. I can't help it.
You need to turn the light off or something.
Right. It's kind of like my butt.
I thought it was coming.
I did too. I got scared for a second.
That better?
A little better. Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
I don't know the technical crap, dude.
Whatever. It happens.
I'm just glad I don't want to see ginger balls tonight. I can't do this.
I mean, I can do it. I ain't got no shame in my game, man.
No, wait till we're done recording. Well, I'm super glad to have you two guys. Obviously, Michael Dean. I already professed my love to him and all that stuff in the first half.
I'm digging his real beard, man. Like, I didn't know you had that good a face lettuce, man. That's just good stuff.
Garrett Rainey better watch out. That could be a contender for.
He might have to.
Best beard in the league.
I've been trying to grow it for years, and it won't go past right here.
This is all I got.
As long as it gets.
This is all I got.
Yeah, I can't.
Mine
don't even.
That's from that time you spent in Florida, Mike. That's why it won't grow. That's from that time you spent in Florida. That's why your beard won't grow.
That's true, man.
If you stayed here.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming on. Kind of late notice. I think this all came together yesterday. Having the South Carolinians. There we go. All the South
Carolinians.
All the South Carolinians on. So Brantley, kind of take me through I asked Michael Dean. Oh, I guess I should mention I ran the rowdy throwback of Nathan Reynolds from season 2 at Bristol when he wrecked 3/4 of the field. I put that truck where it was supposed to be at Bristol. Yeah, hold it up. Yeah, that guy, Alex Bowman.
I'm almost as white as the paper.
That's the truck I drove. Cole, what truck did you drive for the throwback race?
I drove Jan Van Lyer's his Tectate truck, which is a hemorrhoid cream. Tectate hemorrhoid cream. I'm just kidding. It's not a hemorrhoid cream. It's a beer cerveza or something. But yeah, I drove that.
And that truck looks awesome. Flinky ran his Pace. Was it Pace? The white truck?
He ran the Pace for content. He did a really good job with that, I thought, because he put his their piston head logo where the Pace was, so it looked really good.
It looks
I
sweet.
thought.
Cole is one of the painters in the league. Also, he does. Make sure to check out Cole's custom shop. I have a late model, super late model that turned out really well, and apparently there's supposed to be a matching truck that I was told I'm getting, so I'll have to pay the man at some point.
Cole is an excellent painter, and you can see the Cracker Barrel truck right here.
Oh, right here? Oh, is that what you're going to do? That's awesome.
All right. I'll write it down. Brantley, what did you run for your throwback?
I ran the Green Monster by, man, I am going to murder this name. William Fagot.
You ran what?
I'm sure you're not making that
Fuck
up.
it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Fagot.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I wish I had that name.
Yeah.
Man, there's going to be a lot of bleeps in this section.
I don't have a cool story about it. I was just scrolling through the options and said, "Hey, that looks like a good one," and I chose it. And I didn't realize it was a Chevy at the time, but here we are.
And then you had to run a Chevy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can see it now in season 4. Somebody's gonna run that Sour Patch Kids truck that you've got because that thing is sick.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
My wife's about to pop in camera to go get something from back behind me, but she's blurred out. I hope. If not, she's butt naked and you're about to see it.
She's blurred out. We're good.
Okay,
well, this took a turn.
This did.
We're nudists.
Camera on Cole
from the waist down.
Thank you. From the waist down. What did she say?
She said thank you.
This went off the rails about as quickly as I expected to, and it's been beautiful. Man, I gotta know, since all 4 of us are in here, I'll start with Cole. Well, actually, Cole's busy. We'll start with Brantley. Who's this supposed to be pointing at, Cole?
I don't know.
We'll start with you, Brantley. Obviously, short amount of time here in Venom so far. What's one of your favorite moments so far in your career? It can be yours. It can be somebody else's that you witnessed. Or something that you have witnessed, I guess, that you thought was cool.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you work.
Yeah, I'm having to go through the Rolodex here.
I keep looking
pretty much any time that I have been in front of Michael Crawl, it has been such a memorable experience. And I can just tell you, passing him at the end of the race, knowing I'm going to finish in front of him, just man, it really helps me sleep at night. And I hope he feels the same way.
I can hear your voice getting deeper as you say that. Tell it's
pretty,
exciting.
Yes, very essentializing. Just thinking about it, I'm starting to salivate a little bit.
Well,
anyway,
you should enjoy it. You should enjoy that because it won't happen often.
No,
I'm definitely taking advantage every chance I can get. When I passed him this week at Darlington, I could tell he did not want to give it up, but he had just he had given everything up in that truck trying to catch up with Mike, and he was being a good teammate because if he wouldn't have held me up, I'd have run Mike down too because Mike was all in that wall. He was loving it.
So I also forgot to bring this up. What was it like racing at home at virtual home this past week? Is Darlington a special track to you, or hold any fond memories?
It definitely holds a lot of fond memories as far as racing on it. I mean, it's a polished turd. I mean, if we want to call it that, it's a terrible track to race at.
You're wrong. Incorrect.
I agree with you.
It is super fun. Don't get me wrong. I love racing at Darlington, but during the actual race itself, it's just terrible. I honestly feel like I did so good because I was just being real conservative, and everybody else was just riding the wall all around the track. And but other than that, yeah, I've got a bunch of fond memories at Darlington. Most of them are not racing though. So
I'm kind of nervous to ask.
Nah, some of them are definitely not podcasts. They're not. I don't know what the rating of this is going to be, but
what did you do? Goat in turn 3 or something?
Hey, listen, it is Darlington. Nothing is off the table. Let me just say.
That's a fact. I can't wait for when you guys come down here for the May race. And
Was that your mom?
No, that was my sister, Cole.
Oh,
you
my
should
bad.
let
You
him
should have
come
told
to-
me, dude. I would have said that. You have those little ears here and that.
That's getting cut out.
Oh, come on, man. It shouldn't.
It's
Gainy,
gonna.
Gainy the gut. Never mind.
gut shot. Oh.
The gut Gainy.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding, man. We know you like sheep.
Yeah. Goats say nah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
All right,
Now it's off the rails.
Yeah, we're gonna
There you
cut
go,
it off.
John.
That's definitely getting cut out. Cole, fond memories of Darlington. How'd you feel about the race?
I hate that track. I hate stand it. I wish they'd blow it up. If like Vladimir Putin wants to nuclear bomb something, bomb that track and let's start over. You can start right there. Lindsey Graham's probably close. You can get him too. I don't like it, man. It's just too tight for me. I like things a little looser. Not really.
Yeah.
But
that's that Clemson education coming out.
It's I don't like hitting the wall every damn turn. I mean, Jesus Christ.
You gotta turn the car, bro.
I don't have time to learn the track. Actually, I do. I just don't like the track, dude. I just don't like it. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it when me, Jan, and Michael Dean are down there throwing them down. We're going to party like it's something. He's drinking a jug of milk? What the
Brantley, you can go too, by the way.
Is that water? You're one of those guys that walk around with water. I'm drinking this whole thing all day. I'm drinking 3 gallons of water.
I'm fat. What's your favorite Venom moment?
Venom moment. Man, really? I'd probably have to say the 24 Hours of Daytona. Even though I didn't race in it.
That was a good
spotting for some people was cool, and just hanging out with the guys, getting to know people. I have a cue card, but I'm not going to try to find it. It says "poopy butthole" on it. Chad Streeter, he's not here, but
he'll see this at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're missing him. I think I like the guy. He's cool to me. He's got a weird sense of humor, and so do I. So, but I thought that was that was one of my favorite times. Yeah, other than every Tuesday night being in the chat with Michael Dean, Michael Crawl, and Jan, imagine how we're normally just cussing other drivers out. We're not really even saying anything funny. We're just like, fuck you. Why are you doing that? The whole time. That's pretty much every one of us saying something like that. And every once in a while, we'll say something funny. But, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I enjoy Tuesday night.
I do too. It's a joy to spend every Tuesday night with you guys. It's like
super fun.
It's like the family I never asked for and I didn't know I really needed, but I'm glad I have it and wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, definitely not what I expected when I joined the league was to make as many friends as we all have.
Yeah, never thought I'd be sitting here talking to 3 of you with my webcam on, recording it.
Right. I never thought I'd be on here. I didn't think I'd ever join this crap. I'm kind of like Michael Crawl. Like, I'm not doing 24 minutes a Daytona. And then the dad's like, I'm going to drive the whole damn thing.
Yeah. Michael Crawl decided late entry he was going to drive the 24 hours a Daytona. Well, I guess we'll end it off there. Thank you guys for coming, spending an hour or so. What does that one say? Oh,
there you go.
That one's for Paul Ellison. But yeah, who's that one for? Me?
Kyle Zittle's a really decent driver.
Oh, is he? Really decent driver. Kyle.
Yeah, somebody made a comment about him being a really decent driver, so I just call him a really decent driver all the time.
Smells like cheese. Because he's from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one right here is for Garrett. I don't know if you can even read it, but
yeah.
Most improved driver, my ass is what it says.
That's a good one. I'm not believing that one. That one's good.
Yeah, right.
And I can't leave out this dude, man. He's one of my favorite people, even though he annoys the crap out of me with his things he likes and don't like. But Daddy Reindeer, we had a great time in
Daytona,
in Florida. Yeah, he made me wear that wig, that ponytail looked like his wife and stuff. It was weird, but I had a lot of fun. I think that's it. Oh, I got one for you, John K.
What's that one say? Yeah, that's a good one. That
Dude,
was a good one.
I had one for every single person, just about. But I've been sitting there staring at these stupid cards instead of looking up at y'all. I've been trying to find them. So this is a dumb idea, and I'm sorry I did it.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome.
I got one more for Garrett just because I can't find the damn thing.
That is the most Cole idea there could have been. So well, you take time to look for that. Brantley, is there anything you would like to say in closing?
Yeah, it's been a blast, man. It's been a refreshing experience being a part of the league. I didn't know what Michael Dean was dragging me into. And the only expectations I set were to just not wreck anybody. And, I don't think I have yet. But Talladega's next.
Talladega is next.
It'll happen.
It's going to be me. It's going to be me. I'm going to be the one that just takes everybody out. I feel it.
It's going to be somebody. Cole, before we let you explain that note card, Michael Dean, anything you would like to say, sir?
Nope. I've said enough.
You've had enough.
Say some more. I didn't get to hear. I love your shirt, by the way. That is the best drink. Coca-Cola. Ryan died with his Pepsi or whatever the hell it is. Just take that shit on somewhere else.
That's a fact. It may have been born in the Carolinas, but
yeah,
it was made for export.
Yeah, definitely. They can export it on up there where he lives at. We don't need none of that.
Send us the Coke.
Have you tried the Starlight yet? Just curious. Anybody tried the Starlight?
No.
The Coca-Cola Starlight?
I need
to. What is that? Tell me what it is.
I honestly cannot tell you what it. I can't even begin to explain the taste of it. All I can tell you is to just try it.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I'm
gonna get right on that.
It's a space where's the can? A space-inspired flavor or something like that. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yep, we sell it at the place I work.
At your gas station.
Yep. All right.
Thank you. Come again. 44-16. That was the score of the Alabama-Clemson game last time they played, when Trevor Lawrence completely dominated the best defense on the planet, supposedly. Anyways, I love you, Garrett.
Well, the last half hour has made my face and my stomach hurt from laughing so much. I'm so appreciative of you guys. I don't know what that one says. Oh,
It's Cole's Custom Shop. Make sure y'all come to me for all your needs.
Yep. Follow Cole on Trading Paints. He's got a lot of people are running that Ric Flair truck.
That's so stupid, man. I just wanted a Ric Flair truck so people go woo when they ride by. I did
that. I did at Texas after you got on the wall. And
I have a request from the really decent driver to do something wrestling themed. So anyway, continue. I love talking over people.
That's all we've got for this week. God bless America. From the fictitious Fago recording studio, Venom. See you guys next week.
Get fucked, Crawl.
Give me money and I will wear your product.
That's it.
Much like
NASA looking at you, Coca-Cola.
Call us up, Fago.
Yeah, no doubt.
Fago, I would like to be sponsored.
No doubt. We could build a real studio.
We could. I could have a real Fago recording studio instead of being at my house. All right, everybody, what's up? Probably in a break, or this is at the beginning, or something. It'll probably be right in the middle, where we have to make a cut. Welcome to Victory Lane. This is really weird. I should not be here. This guy over here, that's Nathan Reynolds, driver of the number 51. You all know and love him. Two-time champ. Missed part of the season with a back injury. But Nathan came to me with a really cool idea, and I think it is awesome. Not just because of the circumstances of this week, but in general, I really think it's a cool idea, and I think the people that win the race deserve their time in the spotlight, especially if the podcast is already booked. So I'll let Nathan take it away. All you car side.
All right, yeah. So I came with John, and actually, I tried to convince him that he needed to interview himself. I thought that would be hilarious, and I think from the feedback I got from him, is some other people suggested that as well. So I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
Like half the Discord did.
Right, and it would have been funny. And I think for this week, it may have been better than what I'm going to do here. But no, I thought that I told John, and I had to convince him actually that he deserved to take some of the spotlight. I mean, he won a race, and he deserved to have that attention. And selflessly, he didn't want to do that. So it took some convincing. So I'm glad that he allowed me to interview him and to talk to him about his first win. And not only that, but like he said, we're going to start a new little segment here to where I can interview people and talk to them about their wins, and kind of something that I can hopefully relate to them in situations, and bring out some, or ask some good questions, bring out some good answers in them. So John, we'll just get started.
This is so weird. This is
so
weird.
I was at work. I was supposed to be working, and I've got a nice little key card. So if you see me looking down, hopefully none of the people I work with or my supervisor, Bill, is watching this. But
before you start with the questions, I have to preface this. You don't know about this, but this plays so well into the podcast with what somebody does on it with cue cards that you have no idea. This is being recorded.
No. I do know.
Oh, okay, you do know.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
we'll save it. I think I'm putting this right in the middle because me and Dean have to take a slight break.
Okay, yeah, he sent me one. Yeah.
All right, let's go. People are gonna be so confused, but whatever.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So John, what was your mindset going into this race? It's probably the toughest track on the schedule, toughest track to navigate. What were you thinking leading up to that race?
I was honestly thinking, don't hit the wall. I spent a lot of time in practice hitting the wall. It's a tough track, like you said. The way you run it is so unique. The way you enter 1 and 2, and you kind of let it glide up to the wall. It's Michael Dean put it the best way. I spent a lot of time in the practice sessions listening to him talk and listening to his advice and Jeremy McKinnon's advice. But he said you have to drive like the wall's not there, and you kind of have to dirt track it. And I was like, well, been working on that. So main mindset was don't hit the wall, and if you can come away clean, you can come away with a top 10, maybe a top 5.
Right, and practice is so different from racing there, because I've run a few races there, and it's not one of my better tracks. I tend to struggle, and it feels like, and Ryan, I heard Ryan say this all week. He was talking about how he struggled in practice to turn a lap, and then he was in the mix. You got to get in that mindset of longevity and endurance, and it seemed like you sure to me watching your stream. It seemed like you were in a really good rhythm and a really good pace. You seemed really comfortable.
Is that a question? I'm usually the interviewer. This is so backwards.
No, it's. I guess it's more of a statement.
Okay.
Were you comfortable? I mean, looking at you, it sure seemed like you were. You were relaxed.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I was. I ended up following green flag drops, and I just ended up following Ryan for a bunch of laps and got in a really good rhythm after I'd say about 5 laps, and then it was like, okay, let's see what we can do to try and save some tire and just cruise around, and again, just keep it out of the wall. And it got to the point where I kind of forgot the wall existed, and it was just like, right. It was like perfect.
Yeah, that kind of leads me into my next question. Is about midway through the race, that's kind of when I tuned in, and it I went back since and watched, but it seemed like at one point the way the race was playing out, you'd kind of settled. Maybe saying settled isn't the right word. You were obviously still digging, but were you satisfied with the top 5 kind of midway through the way it was playing out?
I was pumped with the top 5. I thought there was going to be a lot of guys a lot faster. I kept waiting for Jeremy McKinnon to catch me and blow by me like he did at Texas. I never caught him at Texas, but he wasn't. He just drove away from me there. But after the green flag pit stops, we kind of slotted in the way we did. I was behind Ryan, in front of Andy, which again that pumped me up because Andy was super strong in practice, but I guess he got in the wall during the race. And anytime I'm ahead of Andy, it's really good because again that's another guy that I look up to a lot, and I try to use a lot of what he does on the track, and I always listen when he's talking. He's made me a lot better since I joined the league, and so I was cool. I was pumped. I was like, hell, whoop, heck yeah, top 5, let's go. We're just gonna hang out. I watched Michael Dean go past Ryan and take off after Carson, and Chad Stearns had he was running third before the green flag pit stops, and he had dropped off afterwards. And I was kind of like, okay, cool. We're gonna chill. Top 5's awesome, and I was very excited. I wanted to try and catch Ryan just to see if I could, but at that point it was kind of like, okay, let's just keep the truck clean and keep running our race and stay out of trouble. We'd built up a pretty good cushion behind us also, so we were just in that mindset of stay out of trouble.
I told you Bentley was going to fight you. What? Because I'm doing an interview right now, buddy. Farrah?
Hey, Bentley.
Say hi. Oh, this is great.
Hey, man, it's not Victoria Lane unless the kids are. What's up, little
Say
man?
hi. Say hi. This is Davey. This is the
Hi.
youngest.
What's up, Davey?
He's not gonna get down. I'm gonna have to wait on mommy. Yeah, you said 2 names there that like every week, I look at who I'm going to have to compete with, or the races that I haven't run. I kind of look at the favorites, and I'll talk to myself about kind of think about who I would circle as the favorites. And you said Jeremy and Andy, and that was 2 people that if I had to put money on, that would have been the 2 guys battling for the win. And that's no disrespect to the other guys that were up front, because Dean, man, I felt like, no offense to you, but I felt like he was the guy that could have and maybe should have won that race.
Yeah.
He was fast, and that was his home track too. And the whole time I knew he was from South Carolina, and it just didn't register that he should be good there. That's awesome. So, I near the end, I found myself really rooting for you or him to win. And and it's funny because Carson was driving my paint scheme, but Carson has got a couple, so I'm like, somebody new. I love Carson to death, but yeah. So yeah. Anyways, I'm rambling here, but they got me all derailed. We're not professional.
No, not in the least bit.
So so yellow flag comes out. I think it was for Jeremy, right?
Yep. Carson and Jeremy got together.
Yeah. And that was something. And so after that yellow flag, you come back out. Were you 3rd or 4th? Were you on the outside or inside of Ryan there?
I was P4 after the pit stop. I was still behind Ryan.
You got by Ryan on the restart, right?
Yep, I got probably the best restart I've had all season. I'm not the greatest at restarts, but
race-winning restart.
Yeah, literally. I told everybody in Discord when we did the race replay, I go, we're sitting there watching the replay, and I go, yeah, I think that restart won me the race.
The way that you and Ryan raced at the end, clean air really played into that. And I think whoever would have gotten by that lead pack, Carson and Dean, whenever you did, you both followed each other through there. He followed you through there. If the roles had been reversed and you didn't get that restart, it could have been Ryan that won. I mean, really, the clean air coming into play there, you definitely had the advantage on him. And you were, I felt like watching it. I think you were faster than Ryan most of the race. It was the clean air that you were the dirty air rather that you were stuck behind. But what were you thinking when you were following them guys and they were battling like they were?
All I could think was, oh my god, I'm gonna burn my stuff up. And I started taking it easy, and then I realized like I really wasn't. I thought I was pushing hard because I was right on their bumper the whole time, but what I didn't realize is I probably ran I ran the 20 best laps of my entire race, or 15 best laps of my race, whatever it was, restarting on lap like 68 or 69, 70. I ran the best laps of my race that time, and I finally found that balance, and I'll probably never be able to find it again, of being fast and saving tires. And I had tires to be competitive with those two because they were so fast. I mean, Carson laid down was it like a 30.4, 29.4, something in qualifying, something stupid quick. And so following him and then following Michael Dean, who was a tenth faster than me in practice all week, I was like, okay, this is nice, but I'm probably burning my stuff up. And I tried to just chill and hang out for a little bit, and that's when I realized they weren't going anywhere.
Right. Yeah, you kept really good pace with them. They were racing each other hard too, and it probably played into your hands that they were burning their stuff up, and you were able to save. I kept thinking they were going to crash,
Yeah.
or one of them get really loose, and which I think that's how you was that how you got by Dean? Is he kind of got loose to the inside? Gotta
No,
run.
Dean forced the issue, and he was gonna try and go to Carson's inside, but he ended up. Well, I was gonna say he backed out going into 3, but I didn't really give him a place to go
Yeah.
because he goes to shoot to Carson's inside, and I pulled right up to Carson's bumper, and I didn't realize his truck was hurt at that point. He'd hit the wall really hard and lost some mile an hour down the straight. So I was just on his bumper, and I pretty much pushed him off into not actually, but essentially pushed him off into turn 3 and followed right behind him, and Dean kind of had to fall in line behind me.
So what were you thinking when you passed Dean?
Oh my god. That was the first thing that passed my mind is, holy crap, all right, I got one. Because eventually I'd sat there long enough that I was kind of like, we could really mess around and do something special. And I tried to put that thought in the back of my head as much as I could, but every time coming off a 2, I was like, I'd get a run and I'd be like, okay, if I time this right, I could get past Dean. And then there's no telling what's going to happen with Carson, but there's a chance. And so when Dean did that and I kind of forced the issue, I was like, okay, now it's time to just kind of calm the heart rate down as much as we can and keep following Carson, because he might make a mistake, he might not, but I think being on his bumper, we could possibly force him into one.
Yeah, and you were behind probably the most aggressive driver that we have in the league. And he's in the lead and he's defending his position. Somebody well, a lot of times I watch him and the way he races and I compare him and think of him as my personal favorite driver in the Cup Series right now, Ross Chastain. He's not afraid to force the issue and put his truck places that it maybe shouldn't be, but he sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But he sends it. He goes for it.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking? What kind of patience did you have following someone that was that aggressive? Were you waiting on him to make a mistake and capitalize, or did you think he was going to have to get up there and just take it from him?
I figured at some point I was going to have to go and take it, and he was pushing hard, and that's such an abrasive track that it just rips your tires apart.
Yeah.
And I just kept waiting for it, and I was like, he's gonna make a mistake into one of the corners. He's gonna, just a split-second lapse in judgment. He's gonna forget what set of corners he's going into, and he's gonna end up in the wall, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. And he ran. I got to give a lot of credit to Carson. He outdueled Ryan on a green-white checkered at Motegi and ran the perfect lap.
Yeah.
And he ran a lot of really good laps at Darlington. He just kept running the good line that, I couldn't find a way past him. And then all hell broke loose. Going into 3 and 4, we caught Kyle Dumig. And
Oh, that was wild.
That's when it started getting hairy.
Yeah. Yeah, Carson at Motegi, I just said a minute ago, he puts his truck in places sometimes where it does or doesn't work. Motegi, it did. He put his truck down on the bottom, entering the corner on the bottom, and it stuck.
Yep.
That's impressive for him to
get
a
nuts.
drop off when entering on the bottom like that. That takes some talent. And he earned that one, man. He did drive the perfect race.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you caught Kyle and you went 3 wide bottom. You didn't get by Carson there though, did you?
No. Selfishly a little bit on my stream, and you can see it on my YouTube, I was yelling at Kyle. I wanted Kyle to get up because him and Carson had both gotten the wall. And I was hoping Kyle was going to see the 2 in his mirror and help a buddy out. But, I mean, I got to give a lot of credit to him. He kept his cool in a situation that could have gone really bad. And that one would have got me in a lot of trouble. but it's similar to another move I made in a race I thought I could have won, which was Bristol last season. Went 3 wide with McKinnon and Dean, just trying to force the issue. And at that point, it was kind of like, well, Carson got in the wall, so he's going to be down a little bit of power. I got an okay drive off, and Dumig's right in the middle, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to send it, and I think I can win this race, and if I lose it, I'm going to lose it trying at least. And yep, he ended up sneaking ahead of me going into 1, but it didn't last too long.
Yeah. So when you got by Carson, you put a lot of pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
You said peace, and you took off.
Yeah.
Did you immediately feel pressure when you said that, or was there more to it? Like, what was that about?
There's more to it. So Carson gets loose off a 2, and a lot of people thought I hit him, and I didn't touch him. It got close, but I didn't get him. And he gave me the outside, and I just stuck the nose in there and sent it around the outside of 3 and 4. And I heard him shift going into 3 and 4 a couple corners ago. Before that, and I said, he's shifting. I've got him, and I got by him, and I was like, well, we're gonna play into that aggressiveness a little bit. Carson's not gonna let anybody by him, and I'm faster than him at this point. So yeah. I threw up the peace sign, and I said, I'm getting the out of here. And my plan was to try and run and hide, and then
yeah,
Carson,
you needed to win after you done that.
yeah, no kidding. It wasn't so much a peace sign like "see y'all later." It was like, I gotta go. Like, I gotta run away so you guys can't catch me, and hope Carson can do a little bit of holding up here.
See, looking back on it, I get that now, but at the time, I didn't see it that way, and so
I realized how bad it was. Yeah.
So I missed the race. We go to Duke. We're on the road all day, like 13 hours. I get home, I go to bed, and I'm watching the race on my phone. I'm watching this battle, and I'm laying in bed, and you throw up peace. And when you threw that up, I got up, and I ran in here to the computer, and I'm like, I got to get in his ear and tell him to shut up and calm him down.
Yeah, I was pretty amped up.
I'm pretty sure, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I jumped in here and I'm like, John, run your line, run the track, run the track.
That's all I wanted to do, and it started to get a little hairy. I was trying to calm myself down, but I was also pumped because I kind of knew what was going on.
Yeah, it was a big moment, and it was Bristol really all over again in a sense. You had somebody in second that was chasing you down, and it was Ryan, who's been probably he has been the most consistent driver this season, and arguably the most consistent driver in league history throughout our first 3 seasons. And he was running you down there at one point. But like we were saying, he was in that dirty air. What were you thinking as he was coming?
Oh God, he saved tires and I didn't.
Right.
That was my first thought.
That's what I thought too. For a moment there, the way he was closing in, I knew that the clean air was going to help you a lot. I was more worried. I knew that if you went mistake free, I felt like you were going to hold on to it.
Yeah,
I was worried about the nerves playing in and you making a mistake. How many times did you hit the wall? How many X's did you have?
I think only 2 or 4.
That's 2 or 4. That's 1 or 2 times hitting the wall.
Yeah, I didn't hit the wall very hard, but
you get 2 for contact of the wall.
I think so. I got into it once. Just after. When did I? I don't think I got in the wall until after I got in the lead. I think I ran the whole race without getting in the wall, and then I got in the lead, and I promptly smacked the wall in 1 and 2, and in 3 and 4.
Clean air, the truck drive is different. I've had that happen before, to where go through a corner after getting the clean air, and it's like, whoa, this thing turns. What's going on here?
Yeah,
you got different load on the front end, on the right front, different air on the spoiler. So it's understandable. So Ryan's chasing you down, and ultimately he stalls out, and you're holding on, and it's kind of looking like what direction it's going if you go mistake free. in the closing laps, what were you thinking in the very last few laps as the race was winding down?
No yellow. And that
Yeah.
was the first words out of my mouth when I went into 3 and 4 after getting by Carson. Going into 3 and 4 again, I said, okay, we got this. Because I think I looked at my relative and saw that I think him and Dean made contact that lap, like right after I got the lead. And yeah, first words out of my mouth are no yellow. And that's all I could think the last 20 laps was, don't hit the wall, please no yellows.
Yeah.
Just please
Just hit
don't let
marks.
Ryan catch you. Yeah.
Yeah. When you're out front like that in the clean air, that's the best time. That's the best place to be because you can just race the track, hit your marks. You got nobody in the way, and you done just that. I mean, you excelled to perfection in those last few laps. I think that's why you won the race. You deserve the spotlight. When did it hit you?
I think my eyes started getting a little watery going into 3 and 4. And Ryan Dye goes, John K. And I was like, I started tearing up a little bit. It's been a long season and a half. Bristol, coming close at Bristol, and then coming close at Michigan, and watching Paul just sail around the outside of me. I was like, man, I was super happy for Paul, but like there was that little twinge at my heart that was like, oh man, that was back-to-back weeks, and then I didn't, you never know when it's gonna happen next. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm definitely upper midfield driver, I guess is what I would say. I can have my moment where I go and get a top 5, but a lot of the time with our 20-ish truck field, I'm gonna be like, top 10.
Yeah, you're capable of winning any race, and you proved it. You just got to run your race and do the right things and put together the proper race, and you're fully capable.
Yeah.
Never doubt yourself. Yeah, you had a lot of emotions, and I didn't get to see those emotions as I was in Discord with you. But then when I went back, I immediately went back to bed, and my wife actually watched your stream on my phone, and of course, when you started crying, my wife done the typical, "Oh my God!" And but I understand those emotions. I think I could relate those to kind of my win at Texas and what that race meant for me and coming back and the year that I've had just in general, just with health and life and what we as a group have went through. And a lot of the things kind of got portrayed on myself a lot sooner than others, and I was feeling a lot of that pressure. And you have been there in the forefront of a lot of things going on as well, to where you felt like your performances, I think, looking at you, I think you may have felt that they were kind of unjustified, and then this was proof. Hey, I belong here, and I'm doing this, and you could tell that it really just hit you all at once and up front. Are there any explanations? Can you, looking back, can you even try to explain what you were feeling?
Man, joy first off.
Relief.
Yeah, I'd say a little relief because, like you said, I'm one of those people that I push myself and I tell myself that you're not quite good enough yet. You got to get a little bit better, and I try to push myself really hard, and I like to. I think when we go to tough tracks, I put a lot of pressure on myself because I work my tail off when we go to tough tracks. I mean, Motegi Oval, Bristol Dirt, here, Rockingham in season 1, Dover in season 1, when the wind was really weird and made the truck drive weird. I like to put a lot of pressure on myself when we go to tough tracks, and I know that if I put that pressure on myself, I'm gonna make myself work that much harder to be good at that track and get a decent result. That's gonna make me look and go, okay, yeah, you did well at a tough track. Like you're getting there.
There's a trend. You're doing good at drivers tracks, off throttle places that you have to actually drive the truck, and you're having success. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Got to have some confidence to go along with it, man.
Oh yeah. Gaining
so
the
you
confidence.
Have more, yeah. So do you have more pressure or less after finally getting your first win now? Do you have more pressure to go get more, or do you feel like you got a relief now that where you can just go have some fun?
The fun's always been there. I think that's part of what makes it fun. It's the chase. It's the chase of trying to go get a win, and you come up a little short, and damn, we'll get them next time. And again, that's another thing that just makes you strive to be better when you the next time you sit in your sim rig or your computer chair. And
Right.
yeah, I completely forgot the question. Started
More
rambling.
pressure, less pressure.
I want to say less pressure. I gotta win. I mean, the fun's always there, even when
Right.
not that there is pressure. I mean, nothing other than self-made pressure. But there's a
Right.
little less pressure on myself now. It's like, okay, you got one, you got what you wanted, but there's still gonna be a little bit because I still want.
We all naturally put pressure. It's just human instinct to put pressure on yourself, no matter what the goal is. If it's winning a race, finish the top 10.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to go, like you said, go without hitting the wall.
Yeah.
And for Darlington, that's a big goal.
Yeah. I got
I
the
think-
win, but I
think I
failed
heard-
my goal.
I think Ryan told me that he got a 0x for the race, which was one of his goals. So I'm like, hey man, like I probably wouldn't have done it. Not there.
I'm really proud of Ryan, my pseudo teammate, since I'm at Superkick.
Yeah, we're all one big team.
He was talking all week about how bad he was gonna do, and then he goes and finishes second. That's my guy.
Yeah, that's typical Ryan. Whine all week and then.
I didn't say it. It wasn't me.
He does. It's every time too, and it drives me nuts. I was like, I can't turn a lap without hitting the wall like or spinning. I'm like, dude, just shut up. Once you get in race pace, you're gonna be just fine. And then what happens? He was just fine. And then he goes back. It's like, okay, you were right. I think he said that. I think that might have been the first time he's ever said that too. Oh, you were right.
Vindication.
Right. I gotta get him back. He said some crap about me last week. So you guys go and follow State Line. Anyways. So I'm looking at my cue cards here. So the remainder of the season, any goals?
Man,
how close are you to a top 5 in points? That'd be big.
I'm close. I think I'm 5th right now. I'll have to look.
Okay.
Pulling up the.
That a good goal?
I think so. Yeah, I'm 5th top right 5. Now, 4 points behind McKinnon. I'm top 10 in points. I'm good with that. I think I got a nice gap. It's just gonna be keeping the pressure, minimizing the pressure I put on myself.
Right.
I don't pay much attention to points the first half of the year, and then once we get to, I just try and run my race and see where we finish, and then once we get to the halfway point, 3/4 way point of the year, that's kind of when it's like, okay, I'll start peeking at the points, after a race, see where I'm at, see who I'm close to, and then I just, kind of set the goal. All right, let's go get the next person. And the fact that I'm 5th and I've got a win is awesome. Like, this is far above where I thought I was going to be. So I'm pretty happy with it. I think goal the rest of the year is just keep running strong and let the cards fall. I think I accomplished my goals for the season. I think I need one more top 5 to really accomplish it. But yeah, there's a couple more tracks I'm looking forward to. So
yeah, there's a couple good tracks left on the schedule.
Homestead, baby.
Yeah, I say a couple because I'm not a big restrictor plate fan, but no offense to the people in Alabama. I do like Talladega, but I'm just not a big fan of the whole plate deal. But anyways, so you got the first win for Superkick as the team owner. I think that's really cool. I love all the people that have run for Superkick equally, but I'm very happy that you were the guy to do that. I would have been just as happy if Garrett would have won it last year. But I feel like you had an advantage coming in, and maybe the cards were played better in your favor to get the first win for Superkick because you were in Garrett's situation last year, and you were walking into uncharted territories, and it was very unfair to kind of compare you getting Superkick's first win to thinking Garrett might get Superkick's first win last year because you're walking into, like I said, uncharted territories. You're racing against a bunch of strangers. You don't know what to expect out of everybody. It was a situation that I was in season 1, just the same. But the advantage I had was everybody felt that way. And we had already learned each other, and then you guys step in. So you kind of had a season to settle in and to get familiar with people. And I felt like you had pressure to win a race this year, especially after the showing you had at Bristol and Michigan. I felt like you were going to get a win. I still feel like Garrett may get a win this year. Speak of him because he is a former super kick driver. That's why I bring him into this. I think it's awesome that Garrett had a lot of really good runs last year, and you've had a lot of good runs this year too. But he had a lot of bad luck last year for the team. It seemed like he was always getting caught up in other people's incidents, and they would just find a way to just catch him. And I think Nashville might have been the biggest shot that Superkick had of winning a race last year. I look back, Garrett was the only person that was really keeping pace with me for the longest time. But he was lapped down. He got caught on a weird strategy or something. And if he had gotten cycled back around, I think he may have got Superkick's first win last year at Nashville.
And Pocono, he was really strong there
too.
too.
Yes, Pocono got really weird later on in the race,
Yeah.
but yeah,
he was really strong in the first half.
He blew my freaking doors off at Pocono. I'm set sail. Felt like I set sail, and then there goes Garrett. Yeah, I forgot Pocono. I'm glad you reminded me. I'm terrible.
I wrecked out and watched half of it, or watched the last half of it.
So Superkick has had a lot of good shots at winning. They have more than I gave him credit for. but
sorry, Garrett.
So that's be pretty cool though to get the first one right. Because the way you and Garrett go at each other, that's kind of why I keep bringing him into this and going. It's the way you guys go at each other. Does it make you happy that you can hang that over his head?
Yeah, I think it's something special. I know he's gonna get himself one of he's really good. I don't think he's gotten the chance to fully show. I mean, that's a dude. I talk about putting in work. I put in 100, 200, 300 laps in practice. He puts in 300 laps per practice. I feel like. I mean, he's just turns laps, and that's the dude that works really hard. And I can't wait for him to get his first win now.
Me too. I felt like he was seemed like the dominant, maybe the faster person at Milwaukee, and even IRP at times. I really, really thought he was going to win one of those races, but it just goes back to I think he got damage at Milwaukee. It goes back to what I was saying, luck. He has had some of the worst luck I have ever seen.
It feels cool to break the super kick curse.
Yeah,
there was the super kick curse, and the first two races of the year, that's all I sat there and I thought about it, and I was like, man, I was like, it's real. It's a real thing. And then P3 at Kentucky, and I was like, oh, maybe it's not real. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Now I'm definitely like, that was just a thing.
I compared Carson earlier to real life Ross Chastain. I compared Garrett to Eric Almirola last year. He kept man, somebody would wreck him, blow a tire, motor blow, all these things. But Almirola won New Hampshire last year.
He did, which is a lot like Milwaukee.
And he won because he was fast all year. And that's the way I look at Garrett too, is it's coming. It's just right around the corner. He's just got to put that race together and not have that bad luck. But all right, last question. Why did you win?
Restart.
Darlington of all places.
The restart. If I don't get in front of Ryan, it's over. Even though in that first run, fresh tires, I was faster than him. I just kind of followed him. I was like, there's no point in trying to pass him. It's the first third of the race, and I just kind of followed him through. I passed Zittel, past Crawl, past Andy, and to the pit stops. And then he's a lot better than me on pit road, so he was gone. And that restart happened, and I got in front of him. And when I saw that yellow truck in the mirror, I was like, okay, well, we got past Ryan. Now let's see what happens with everything else. But yeah, I think once the tires got a little older, I was a little better, not by much at all, but just a little bit better. And then he told me how bad his tires were after the race, and it was like, okay, it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool moment. That's one guy that's again, I talked about Andy earlier. I mean, you and Ryan are definitely guys that I look to a lot when it comes to this stuff and learning how to do stuff better. So it's pretty cool to know that not only did I manage to hold them off, but I'd also saved tires a little better while chasing a victory, and that's pretty cool to me.
Yeah, it's it takes a lot to be fast and save at the same time, And I think that the type of track just played into who you are. It's like I said, you do better at drivers tracks, and you took the toughest track that we go to, arguably one of the toughest tracks on the circuit, and you owned it, and you got your first win, very deserving. Um, I'm thrilled for you, man. I was excited. I was more excited for you to win one than I've been for a lot of mine, and you earned the heck out of it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was tickled to see it. But I felt like you deserved the spotlight at least for a minute. I'm glad you let me talk you into doing this.
Yeah.
I will. I look forward to whoever wins Talladega and interviewing them. Everybody, give us your feedback. Let me know if you like this. If not, I'll get out of the way and I'll never do this again. I'll just do it for John, and then he can interview whoever else. If you don't like me, I'll jump out of here. But
hopefully, selfishly, it's that 17 truck in here next week.
Oh yeah. We're pushing the 17 or the 26. We're gonna get one of these RNS guys that's not got a win yet in victory lane. Be cool to see Garrett win his home track,
Yeah.
and then we'll give Eric the win next week. But all right, I'm gonna close on this comment, John. We made a running gag about it all year and all off season, and I told you this once before, so I'm just gonna say it again for everybody to hear it.
Yeah.
And you wore my fire suit all off season, and you drove my truck, the Rowdy Burns truck, but you done it in an official. You wore my fire suit for an official, and you drove the truck that's probably one of my most
infamous
races. Yeah, not in a good way at all, but you made it good. And I'm gonna tell you this, John. You don't need a Nathan Reynolds fire suit. I need a John K fire suit because I've never won Darlington. I've never gotten close to Darlington. So you can wear my fire suit anytime you want. I'm the one that needs yours.
It might be a little loose on you, but that's okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Nope.
Venom Victory Lane.
Venom Victory Lane.